Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all, gang, for joining me on the group. Um, this first video that I'm uploading is going to be like a slow, low, comfy flow. So nothing too taxing to start with, but just a nice, it'd be perfect for like a Sunday morning, or if you're having a cozy evening, just whack on some comfy clothes, maybe some socks if it's chilly in your house, grab a blanket or a cushion. I'll be sitting on a blanket for a large proportion of this. There's not much requirement to get off of your bum at all, so hope you enjoy that. I'll probably say it on multiple classes, but at every point, if something feels painful, then stop doing it and just take some deep breaths and continue. Maybe go back to the step before, whatever you were last comfortable with. Just make sure you're noticing the difference between like pain and discomfort. We just don't want any of you out there getting injured, but this shouldn't do it this time. So if you're ready, come to a comfortable seat. You don't even really need a mat for this, you just have to make sure you're comfy. So like if you have hard floors, you might want a blanket down for your knees. If you don't have hard floors and you do have a mat and all the cushioning, put a blanket down for your knees anyway, it'd be nice. But here we are. Join me in a comfortable seat, whatever that means to you. I have my blanket to raise my hips a touch, just because it's comfier and it's easier to sit for a bit. So just normal cross-legged is absolutely fine. If cross-legged isn't comfortable for you, you can sit on your knees. If that isn't comfortable for you, you can sit on a chair, or you can lie down for this bit. And that's absolutely fine. Just try not to fall asleep. Even if you do fall asleep, great. That'll be a lovely sleep. Right, join me, comfortable seat, whatever that means to you. If you are sat cross-legged or on your knees or on a chair, try and keep a long spine. So the crown of your head reaching towards the ceiling. That typically means your chin tucked just a tiny bit to make your neck long, so you're not like, trying to reach the sky that way. But yeah, just tuck your chin a touch and start to arrive in the space. So take a deep breath, start to close your eyes, or if you're uncomfortable with your eyes closed, sometimes when I get crazy anxious, they flicker a bit and they just don't want to shut. So a soft gaze to the tip of your nose is also fine. And you can have your hands either on your knees, face up, on your knees, face down, whatever's comfortable to you for now. And just start to pay attention to the natural rhythm of your breath. You don't need to do anything with it. You don't need to actively try and slow it down or make it deeper. Just notice exactly what it is right now. As you notice what's going on with your breath, maybe it's naturally slowed down and you've taken the time to stop. Notice how your body moves with your breath. So that'll be the expansion of your stomach, the expansion of your chest, your ribs. Maybe your shoulders come up with your breath. Again, you don't have to force anything or do anything, just notice what your body naturally does. If it feels okay to you, you can bring more attention to the movement by putting one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, like you're holding yourself. Just feel your belly expand into your hands and your chest expand into your hands. and contract as you breathe out. When you're ready, start to draw in a deep inhale through your nostrils. And as you exhale, out through the mouth. And again, inhale, exhale through the mouth. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, and then return to your natural breathing. Just take this last moment to be still. Alright, bringing the palms together in front of you, your eyes still closed. Start to rub them together in front of your heart space. Faster and faster and faster. It's creating a bit of energy, a bit of heat. And then place your palms over your eyes. Just feel, does it feel tingly coming from your palms? Do you feel any energy or heat coming through to your eyes? And then behind your palms, if you start to bat your eyelids open slowly, you're kind of opening up into your own little dark palm cave. And then start to move your fingers apart, so you're letting a bit of light in gradually. When you feel like you've got enough light, maybe you drop your palms back down to your knees. And we're back in the room. Yay. Alright, so moving on. With your breath, with your inhale, if you start to move your head to the left, you don't have to force it to a particular degree. You can be looking over your shoulder, but just to a comfortable level. And keep breathing. At any point I'm cueing breaths to match up with the movement and it doesn't work for you, don't worry about it. Just keep on with a rhythmic breath that works for you. With your next inhale, start to slowly turn your head back to centre. And then when you reach an inhale again, continue round to the other side. And just breathe here for a second. When you're ready, I'm going to continue this for a moment, but moving with your own breath. So inhale to the centre, exhale to the centre, sorry. Inhale to the other side. Keep that going. Exhale to centre, inhale to the side, really slowly, just with your own breath. You've not got anybody sat next to you, unless you've got friends around, you know. You're not in a class, you don't have to keep up with other people. In fact, the slower the better. There's no benefit gained by going fast. You don't want to jolt your neck. You're just starting to move the juices around a little bit. When you have done an equal amount on either side, return your head to centre. And then we'll do something very similar, but instead of turning your head like this, you're just going to drop your left shoulder towards your left ear. Again, don't force it. Don't need to bring your shoulder up. Just drop to wherever it naturally drops. Slowly returning to centre. We'll drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Notice mine comes nowhere near. My neck's always so tight. return to center. And then slowly, ever so slowly, we're going to take the chin up towards the sky, but don't jolt your neck to the highest place it can go, just a little extend. And then slowly take your chin to look down towards your chest. And welcome all of your chins. Bring them out. You'll see plenty of mine. All right, and turn back to center. Start to gently roll your shoulders, maybe forwards, maybe back. It doesn't really matter which way you choose. Really gently. Maybe you need to move your hands to find the comfiest position for you. And then whichever way you chose, just turn back the way you came. Kind of working our way down, have you noticed? All right, next, take your right hand across your body here and take your left hand, or left arm, I guess, and start to pull gently just back on your right arm. So you should feel a bit of a stretch maybe down this part of your arm, maybe a touch on your shoulder, maybe back on your shoulder blades as well. Sometimes it's quite nice to have a little jiggle around and find some sensation there, feel where you can feel it. And you know, it won't be the same on both sides. Like, I always feel it in very different places, and that comes from a lot of you know, walking with your handbag on one side, carrying your child on one side, like a lot of repetitive day-to-day actions tend to just be on one side of you, so your body always sits a little bit different. All right, we'll switch over, so left arm across the body, right arm catches it. And again, don't force too hard, like you just, after a touch of sensation, a little stretch. Some nice deep breaths in the meantime. If there is a sensation there that you feel, maybe it's not pain, maybe it is just a touch discomfort because you've got tight shoulders. The deeper breath you take, kind of imagine your breath going into that area, and that goes for any stretch you'll ever do in yoga. All right, return both your hands down. You're going to start to do some chest circles, so you'll take your heart space and we're kind of going to circle around. So again, doesn't matter which way you go first, because we're going to go back the other way anyway. You want to smooth the heart forward and then come all the way back around, and then you can put this with your breath. Again, my benefit is for slowing down right here, is if you're doing it too fast, you end up shaking yourself around. So with the inhale, take it around the front. With the exhale, you're kind of curling, slouching back, not slouching, but curving back. Inhale, smooth your heart forward. Exhale, smooth it back. You don't have to hold yourself, by the way. It's just for benefit. I realise I'm wearing black, it's probably quite hard to see. And go back. And one more this direction. In your own time, switch into the other direction. Just remember inhaling as you go forward, exhale as you come back. It doesn't have to match the speed I'm going. You can be going loads faster if you want. You can be doing that super churn if that's what feels good. All the way back. When you complete your last one on this side, just meet in the middle, neutralize the spine again, tall spine, long neck, slight tuck. And just notice any changes in your body you might feel. Not been moving fast, but have been moving the spine a touch. It gets your energy circulating. I'm going to move the spine a touch more and just try to hit a few different directions. So it's similar to what we just did, going round. So we are looking for that extension. Maybe it's easier for me to turn around this way so you can see. And if you were seated on a blanket or a cushion, this might be a good time to come down. But we're looking to do some seated cat-cows. That means with your inhale, you're looking for your belly and your chest to come forwards. That will naturally push your chin up a touch, so you can lift the gaze, but don't force yourself again like it's not. You don't need to do that. And then with the exhale, we'll round the spine. The inhale, exhale, round the spine. Again, continue with the rhythm of your breath. If you feel like experimenting a little bit and just seeing what happens, if you want to go a bit faster, you can. You just have to, adjust your breath with it. It was a bit more of a very like Kundalini-esque repetitive motion with some forced breath. Very good for getting the energy flowing and for getting the heat building in your body. But if not, carry on with a gentle tilt. And when you have done your last curve, come back to neutral spine. Again, notice how your spine feels. I always sometimes feel a little bit tingly the same way as when you rub your palms at the beginning. It's really subtle, but it's nice. Nice when you notice. And then we are just going to do a seated fold. So it doesn't matter how far you fold at all. It's not about how far you can go. It's just about going. So if you take your hands, maybe tent your fingers a touch in front of you, and the aim here isn't to get down to the ground, it's to get as far as you can with a decent alignment. As much as I try and use alignment cues, not sparingly but carefully. You're after trying to keep your pelvic bowl kind of in that direction, if that makes sense. Like I'm trying to make it as pronounced as I can so you can see it. So when you fold, you're folding really from the heart rather than curving in trying to reach the ground, if that makes sense. So when when you come down, maybe start to pad your fingers forward, but just think about you being pulled by a string from your heart space when you come down. And then when you reach your edge, so the furthest you can get to, there's obviously no judgment, there's no one around you, and it's not a competition. You don't get a special prize for reaching the ground. So once you get to as far as you can get to in that position, comfortably, maybe hold and take a big breath in and a big breath out. That might be here, and that's absolutely fine. It might be all the way down if you're super bendy, and that's, it's great too. And then once you've had a couple of deep breaths in this position, I'm going to start to melt the spine down. So that's just letting your spine hang naturally. Don't think of it as slouching so much, you're just, resting. And if it's uncomfortable to rest because you don't meet the ground, or even if you do meet the ground, it's probably even more comfortable to rest on a cushion, on your arms, rest on your palms if you want to, or you can just let your body hang. I've always been a massive fan of just letting my body hang and breathing, letting my body move with my breath. So whichever variation you want to do, hang out there with some deep breaths. Just feel it travel all the way down your spine, your ribs, expanding your belly. Kind of making space where there wasn't space before. And when you're ready, I'll take those tented little fingers again and start to pad your way back up to seated. Alright, next we are finally going to unravel. So if you've been cross-legged for a bit, maybe you need to just wiggle your legs out, stamp your heels a second, or stand up and have a wiggle as well if you need to. That's absolutely fine. We'll be bringing the soles of the feet together into Baddha Konasana. So this is a butterfly pose. So your feet can be wherever they naturally come to, where you are comfortable. So again, it's no benefit to be able to have them as close to your body as you can if you're then uncomfortable sat there. So we're not about trying to force a stretch in here. We're just trying to have a nice little time. And I'm just going to catch some water, excuse me. So, with the soles of your feet together, maybe you're feeling super indulgent this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whenever you are practicing with me. And this is the perfect opportunity, really. So, typically, it's cute to start to like prise your feet together. I don't know if you can see it that way, but you know, to start to roll your soles of your feet outwards. But if you want to do that, great. I don't want to myself. I find it really uncomfortable on my ankles. So this is the perfect chance to be indulgent and give yourself a little foot massage. You know, just take a moment for yourself. If you don't want to do that, don't worry, you don't have to. It's also absolutely fine to grab your ankles and just hold firmly. I feel like that's quite nice. Or grabbing your toes and holding firmly as well. And this position, we're after the similar sort of pelvis position as we were in the fold at the beginning. So you're looking for your heart space to be forwards. You're aiming for, you know, that direction. But that comes with time. If you are not there yet and you feel like you're like this, that is also fine. It's a journey. It's not a race. So whether you are clutching your ankles or giving yourself a nice little massage, just have a minute with that. And then when you're ready, you're going to start to flap the knees up and down a touch. If at any part this feels uncomfortable on your hips, then don't worry about flapping. You can just stay still. I like the flap, you know, it makes me feel a little silly sometimes, but fun. I think it's fun. It always makes me smile, even if I'm practicing on my own. And start to bring that back to stillness. When you are back in stillness, focus again on your heart coming forwards. Deep breath in. And we will fold, but we're not going to try and fold as a plank. We'll just let your spine relax again. Just relax down and hang your head. And then you can extend one leg out in front of you and bring the sole of your other foot, to the inside of your thigh. Again, doesn't matter which way around you go with this. We're going to do a half seated fold, but we're not going to go all the way down. You might want to shift your bum around a little bit so the flesh of your bottom sometimes gets in the way, as lovely as it probably is. So it's just sometimes helpful to kind of try and shift it out so you really get to the sit bones, like the actual bones which you sit on, and it can just make it a bit comfortable and feel like you get to the ground a touch easier. So when you're ready, we're again looking for that heart space forward, and we're just going to imagine as we fold a touch that you're trying to touch your heart onto your toe, this toe right here. And maybe you want to grab somewhere on your leg or put your hands on the floor. You don't even, if you can grab your toes, but you don't really want you like crunching your shoulders over to make sure you reach. So I quite like somewhere under my knee or under my calf, and that way I can ensure that like I'm still getting my heart through, still getting a touch of fold, but not forcing anything where it shouldn't be or doesn't want to be. And then once you're here, it doesn't have to be like the limit of where you can get to. Sometimes it's quite nice to just be a touch higher up. So if you're comfortable, you're not going to shuffle around too much. And then just start to breathe again. Feel your belly expand, your ribs and your chest expand. Good. And when you're ready, you can just melt your spine back up to seated. I'm just going to turn this way so you can see, but I'm going to take the foot that is against your thigh, pick it up over your leg. So your sole of your foot should now be on the floor. You're going to take the corresponding hand to the foot that you've just chucked over and put it as close to your spine as you can. But if that's out here, that's absolutely fine. Just wherever's comfortable. I quite like here because I feel like I'm propped up a touch. And then with your other arm, if you want to grab your knee, if you want to hook behind the knee, whatever's comfortable. I like a grab because it tends to stretch here as well. You're looking to inhale to stretch the spine up towards the ceiling. You're looking to extend, and with the exhale, try and look over your shoulder and twist a touch deeper. With each inhale, extend, grow taller, and with each exhale, twist over your shoulder. When you're ready, start to unravel and return into centre. I'm going to switch over, so whichever foot you had to the inside of your thigh beforehand, we are going to do the half-seated forward fold on the other side. So other sole to the inside of your thigh. Again, looking to extend through the chest area. Also, if your leg needs to be bent to do this, don't worry, like whatever is comfortable for you. Like if you still have a cushion or a blanket kicking around, you can put that under there as well, because that's quite nice. So you're not just hanging in midair. And then again, imagine your heart is aiming for your toe, and let your hands catch wherever they want to catch. And with your breath, just start to move your chest forwards and down. Hang out wherever it is that you're comfortable. Deep inhales and exhales so that you can feel your chest, your ribs, your belly move. Maybe with the exhale, you can feel you sort of fold a little deeper as you've created some space for yourself. And then when you're ready, start to melt back up. You can take that sole of that foot, whack it over there. You're aiming to try and keep both sit bones on the floor whilst you do this. So if it is a struggle to keep both planted, you might want to extend your leg out a touch, extend your leg over here. It's no trouble. Whatever is comfortable for you. And then again, I'm going to take the same hand as the palm is on the floor, sole is on the floor. Put your palm behind your spine and hug your knee in. Start to twist over your shoulder. With every inhale, the spine extends and grows taller. With every exhale, you twist a little deeper. And start to unravel. Unravel the legs. Maybe you want to give them a little wiggle again. And then we are just making our way that way down to Shavasana. So if there's any more movement you want to take when you reach the floor, whether that's you want to hug your knees in, have a little roll around, massage out your lower spine, maybe not your feet to the ceiling, maybe you want a happy baby. Up to you, but this is your last chance before. Just lie down, flat to the ground. You want to let your hands fall out to either side. Let your feet fall to either side. Knock over your water bottle. Let your just everything release and relax. Don't be afraid to take up space. Start to close your eyes down again, or as well again if you're not comfortable with a soft gaze. Or you can stare at the ceiling, but I prefer my eyes shut here. Don't be scared to move if you feel like you need to. Well, there's obviously always an emphasis on stillness, but you know, if you get an itch, it's okay to scratch it. Just take calm, slow breath. As you melt into your final resting position, let all your body be held by the ground. Start to bring your awareness back to your body. Maybe you want to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, let the movement spread to your ankles, your wrists, your knees, your elbows. You can keep your eyes closed for now if you like. Maybe you want to take this opportunity for one last stretch. And when you're ready, roll over to your right side and just rest with your head on your arm for a moment before returning to seated. If you feel like you want to stay in Shavasana a bit longer, stay there as long as you like. You just pause the video and carry on. I feel like I could stay there forever today. But if you join us back in seated, if you had your hips raised beforehand, maybe you want to do that again. Keep your eyes closed and just return to your natural breath. You can have your hands wherever is comfy. I've got a cat joining me, so if you did it at the beginning, it might be nice to do it at the end as well. Place your hand on your heart and the other hand on your belly as you naturally breathe. And just notice how you feel, how your body feels, how your breathing feels. What it's I'd like to just take this time for you. Please be grateful to yourselves. It's a huge thing in this day and age to be able to find time for yourself. And don't feel guilty about it. It just crossed my mind. I hope that you've all enjoyed this session. I hope it's been cozy and not too consuming. Ooh, my bells are going off. Timing. That's just my meditation bells. So, if you have enjoyed the flow, please let me know in the comments or message me directly either way. If you have any feedback, positive or negative, send it my way. Everything is appreciated. But I hope you liked it. I have enjoyed teaching for the first time in a long time. So when you're ready, take a deep breath in, sigh it out your mouth. We'll take 2 more. Deep breath in, sigh it out. Deep breath in, sigh it out. If your eyes aren't already open, you're welcome to open them now. Just slowly, be gentle. I hope you have a nice rest of your days, whatever you're up to. And thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, I hope you have liked it. Thanks, and I'll see you again soon. Love you, bye.